That tonight's gonna stack some gains. That tonight's gonna hit the moon for fun. For fun. Wallet's full, I'm ready to roll. Bitcoin pumping, it's out of control. Altcoins rising, I'm feeling the flow. Let's trade it up, here we go. I've got a feeling that tonight's gonna be a good night. That tonight's gonna be a good night. That tonight's gonna be a good night. I've got a feeling that my coin's gonna hit the top flight. That my coin's gonna make it alright. That tonight's gonna be a good night. Fill up my ledger, stake it high. Do-fi dreams in the neon sky. NFTs dropping, I'm the guy. Hold on tight, never say goodbye. Elon's tweeting, markets ignite. Diamond hands, we holding tight. Crypto party all night long. Sing it loud, this is our song. I got a feeling that tonight's gonna be a good night. That tonight's gonna be a good night. That tonight's gonna be a good night. I got a feeling that my coin's gonna hit the top flight. That my coin's gonna make it alright. That tonight's gonna be a good night. Let's cash in, let's cash out. Flip that coin, scream and shout. Bullish vibes, no doubt about. Crypto life, that's what it's about. Moon Lambos in the parking lot. Sat stacking, connect the dots. We're going up, no stopping now. Raise the roof, let's wow the crowd. Oh, that tonight's gonna be a good night. That tonight's gonna be a good night. That tonight's gonna be a good night. I got a feeling that my coin's gonna hit the top flight. That my coin's gonna make it alright. That tonight's gonna be a good tonight's the night. Let's hold it up. Trade it high, never giving up. Crypto feeling, fill my cup. To the moon we're up. I've got a feeling, oh yeah. Tonight's gonna be a good night. A good night. Trade games are made of this. Who am I to hold it or resist? Trading through the blockchain haze. Everybody's chase turns to craze. Some coins boom, some coins bleed. FOMO's grip is all I need. Wallets locked, my heart's in play. Crypto night steal breath away. Charts go up and crash below. Whales manipulate the flow. Dreams of Lambos fuel my soul. Lost in this decentralized hole. Sweet games are made of this. Who am I to hold out or resist? Trading through the blockchain haze. Everybody's chase turns to craze. Hold on, I stake it high. Hold on, I buy the dip. Hold on, I ride the wave. Hold on, till markets flip. They burn me bad. I'm still in deep. This fever's mad. No time to sleep. Sway games are made of this. Who am I to hold or resist?
Ladies and gentlemen, please join me for a moment of the sacred ringing of the cowbell ceremony. It's a very interesting, very easy ceremony to participate in. All you gotta do is just grab a hold of your closest ding-a-ling and just give it a little jangle. Make that sucker ring. It feels good when you do it. It clears the air. Thank you for your participation. Prepare yourself for the turkey, he's a-coming. man.
For those of you out there that have been hitting that like button, I should say thank you very much.
Bitcoin Elvis, ladies and gentlemen. Bitcoin Elvis only here on the Late Night Road Dog Crypto Show, where you see Bitcoin Elvis. We give you what others cannot here at the show. Thank you for joining me. Welcome to Late Night Crypto, the Road Dog. If I haven't mentioned that already, let me say hello to everybody here as we look at the lovely green altcoins behind us. Wow. You know what's so cool before I get too crazy? Man, TradingView, right before the show, everything just shut down. I had to restart, do all this other stuff, but I don't have my windows prepared or anything, so it's thrown me off. So if I'm a little off my game, let me just let you know ahead of time that's probably part of it. I do want to, man, I need to duplicate this window. And I need to, oh man, do I have you saved? I think I've got you saved. The indices, yes, okay, we're good to go. All right, so right here, if you see total 3 right here, if we're looking at our indices, right, shoot, gosh darn it, right over there. We came back above this line, man. So this turned out to be like the bear trap scenario. Swing failure pattern is the new cool kid term, apparently. But the biggest thing to notice is from this retest of, remember the woolly booger, the inverted head and shoulders. About a 64% chance you retest back to that little sucker, and we did. Was anybody else saying that? Was anybody else saying that at all on YouTube? I think not. I'm gonna pat myself on the back because the algorithm here on YouTube loves it. Otherwise, keep your cool. Don't let your ego get involved, or you get your ass handed to you. That's the rules of the game. So, inverted head and shoulders came up to this area of resistance, come back down. We should be looking pretty good for altcoins. Seriously. Now, the bigger thing to look at also is Bitcoin dominance, which we need to go to the bigger chart now. Gosh darn it. Bitcoin dominance. Let's make sure our microphone is on. Okay, microphone is on. We got to zoom in. We're on the daily here for Bitcoin dominance. Now, we're not out of the woods yet, so there's it started to look good on total 3, but hey, we still got some hurdles to go through with Bitcoin dominance. Okay, this one can throw a wrench in all your happy little plans when it comes to altcoins, so don't get too carried away. We do appear maybe to be flirting with breaking a trend line. That's kind of cool on Bitcoin dominance. Let me go ahead and extend this line out. Right, just not quite there yet. Not quite there yet. We came up to our box of rejection, and so far we've been getting rejected at the box of rejection. That's what should happen, right? Right? Anyway. So, but we're still above this 9 moving average on the daily, and that's a little concerning because this could just be a retest of that, and then we just pop up and say, oh, hey, buy altcoins. Nice to see you there. The thing to be concerned about is we're still making higher highs out of this Bitcoin dominant situation here. So we're going to come down and get the nitty gritty. Let's turn it out. Let's turn it out to the 4-hour. Take it away, Mr. Turkey. Up. Here on the wait a minute, gotta wait for TradingView. Yes, thank you, Mr. Turkey. Here on the 4-hour, we're seeing Bitcoin dominance drop like a madman, like he dropped his soap in the prison shower. He's coming down and testing the 50 moving average, not even quite making it there yet, and starting to retreat like a man who dropped his soap in the shower would. Here on the 4-hour, I'm going to point out a few things that I find kind of interesting. Is this going to last for altcoins? I think altcoins are on a good trajectory. That'll kind of wake them up a little bit, so we can see some excitement here. But I'm kind of concerned here on the 4-hour. Our moving averages there is not nary a one of a bearish cross there here on the 4-hour. I even added this little 5 moving average number Cinco de Mayo, Cinco de Julio. What is June? What is June in Spanish? I forgot. Is it June? June? Well, anyway, June. Anyway, here. 5, the 5 moving average, nowhere near close in the 9. We could snap back to these little guys really easy. Meaning altcoin gains go, oh, pull back. Sorry, gotcha, bitch. We don't want to be in a gotcha bitch situation here, okay? But So now we come down to the smaller time frames to see, man, how strong will this move down be for Bitcoin dominance? And we are coming down here to some air. Look at that bullish cross here of Lucy crossing over the 800. Okay, so I also noticed this. I want to point this out, that when Lucy crosses over the 800, what's happening? What happens shortly after? Price starts dropping when some of these bigger moving averages crosses, and she's one of the culprits that does it, and that's one reason why I got her on here. Anyway, Bitcoin dominance is whenever Bitcoin dominance falls, altcoins get happy AF. They're ready to party, which, speaking of which, we should probably party too. And in the meantime, I'm going to come over and say hello to everyone over here. All you beautiful people hanging out with me tonight. 22 of you hanging out with me. Thank you very much for being here. Chat rate is at #1, just to let you know. I've seen it at like 144 at one time. So, how's it going? So was the first one here. That's a lot of applause. LF Crow says, Haven Peck, how's it going, Haven? Chris Klein says, hey, dog. Hey, everyone. Avi Medina, shout out to you guys. Floki Angels says, hey, dog, I love your show. That was one of my most favorite comments of all times. Thank you so much. Chris Klein comes out with the smash, like, subscribe.
For those of you hitting that like button, I just want to say thank you. Thank you very much.
Sean, for God's sakes, please tell me in the monitor. Please tell me when Elvis is coming. Oh gosh. Oh, we're having a life for a moment. Oh gosh, don't ever do that, Sean. For God's sakes. Oh, I lost my crap. Oh, I lost my crap. Oh. I need some liquid refreshment. Oh, the ghost of Elvis got me. I'm sorry, ladies and gentlemen. My bad for talking about life or whenever his life scares him. I know how it feels now. I'm so sorry. My apology. Oh. Oh. Okay. Breathing through the nose. Okay, okay, I'm so sorry. We had a little panic attack right there, live here on stream. Oh jeez, oh gosh, Sean, for God's sake, for Jesus Christ, grow up, hair road dog. Okay, well, I forgot what we were going to the chat. Hello, chat. Oh, I look like such a pussy right now. All right, so next thing I'll do is probably cry on stream or something. I'm sorry. Hey, you got a lot of, hey, Brackets Adventures is in here. Shout out to the no-no man. It's cowbells. Maybe that's what we need, a little cowbell. Yeah. A little cowbell never hurt anybody. A little. Well, that might have been right in the microphone. Oh, now I'm feeling better. Hey, 20 people hanging out. I lost somebody with the cowbells. Hey, what's going on, everybody? Saying hello. I think I'm back now. Glittery Marshmallow, what's up? Sony Little Tree, hey, welcome to the stream, my man. Glad to see you here. Oh, snap. Oh, well, now we went over to click the link instead of clicking the thing. Here we are. Oh, crap. Did I lose everything? Almost lost you guys here. Okay, I think I'm back. Sicario, what's up, my man? I love the comment. Brackish, I saw your comment earlier. I'm trying to find it, but then Elvis scared me. Brackish, where you at? I can't post it, but I saw your comment. You said you love the show too. I got you, baby. I couldn't find you. Turkey needs a tranny. A zany. Turkey. Yeah, turkey. That freaking, whoa. Dog, sometimes I think you're created by Jim Henson and should have been on the Muppets. I like the Muppets. The Muppets are cool. All right. So, ladies and gentlemen, if I missed you, I'm so sorry, but Elvis kind of scared the Jesus out of me. Anyway, I think we recovered. I see, was that Joe? I think I see Joe in here. Joe, fellow YouTuber, I don't have the whatever happened, had to reboot and get started before the stream and threw everything off. So far altcoins are looking kind of bejesus-y, kind of cool. We got a breakout of our total 3. So, and this line here that it was breaking and was concerning, recovered. So we got a bear trap. We got a, if you want to look at it that way, you know, the initial thesis was to retest this white trend line, which we did, and now we broke into the red one. That's bearish AF in my personal opinion. We should be shooting now. Our goal is for altcoins to come up here and get a higher high. Now it looks like with Bitcoin dominance that could be a little tricky, and it could she may still be playing with us yet. So a retest of that red line over the next few days into the weekend, probably apparent. We probably need to talk about that right now, because if you're sitting in some profits on some altcoins, you might want to recognize a little bit of it. I'm just throwing that out. Here we are. I want to zoom in on total 3. Let's go to something like the 4 hour. That's kind of neat. So this was the area that needed to hold, and oh, thank you Jesus, it did. So that's cool. Oh, I just noticed we don't have the party. We got we got to clear this stuff off. Help me stay on track. Don't let me get off track. Gosh, knows that I get off track. Here's a little hopium. Oh, that hopium. That's good. That's really good. Oh, yeah. I forgot what I was doing. Anyway, moon rockets. That's for you guys. We need a little astronaut. We probably need a disco ball out tonight, and let's turn on the party, cause it looks like some things got some legs tonight. Ooh, baby, ooh, they're looking hot. All right, so here we are, total 3. We are coming upon our 200 moving average here on the 4 hour. Quite notable. This is the a purple line, and that is either a 50 moving average or an 886. By looking at this, that's got to be a 0.5. This is an area where we can definitely get a pullback. I'm also going to pull a Fibonacci magical little thing right here. So swing high to swing low. We're going to see a resistance area over here at 113. Be careful about that. Now there's a slight chance that maybe we get a push on into this 1272 area over here, and that would, oh man, what happened? That would be right up here about 885 billion, about another 15 billion that could kind of come in. But I want to bring your attention back to, if you don't mind, let me take these Fibonacci's off of this 100 moving average, which barely crossed over this little freaker. And now, technically, taking these bigger moving averages off, my bigger cheaters, we've barely flipped here. Prices below the 200, all the moving averages flipped under the 200. A pullback would not be out of the question. Okay. Just to let you know. So where would we might be coming back to if we topped out? It's too early to tell. We're going to kind of guesstimate just now, since we did get some rejection up there. But currently, if we had to say, and I'm going to put a dotted line here to let us know that this is not a solid thing, but it is a retest of that 100 moving average. Here, if we're looking at the 5 moving average strategy, Fibonacci strategy, it would be telling us that it's here at this 236 Fibonacci area. There's a little what's the confluence there, so that means let's pay attention to this little bitch. She's talking to us. She's got something to say. Okay, so we might be pulling back here over the next few days with altcoins, or we might push up just a wee bit more. Might get up to this little area here. Interesting, when you pull the Fibonacci, you also get another 113 right in that same little upward area. Just sharing secrets with you. All right, so as we keep going up, we do have an area of resistance that would be a joy to start getting back to. Start seeing some of these December. Whoa, no. These were May prices. December prices. Where are you in total 3? We still got so much to look forward to as a recovery. Remember our little fuzzy wuzzy down here with the little eyeballs. This is a reversal pattern, meaning this little guy, the M top reversal, has been nullified by a bottom reversal with a retest. Pretty gosh darn bitchin', I think, meaning that our next biggest goal, what our goal is now, is to get above these guys. That's what we're shooting for. So we're shooting from going from 86 an $800 billion market cap to somewhere around almost a 1.2. If we want to look forward just a wee bit, then we would look at 1.2 to 1.27 billion dollars, possibly, as our targets here. That means that where we were in December, if you're feeling their portfolio is still not there, it's not there. Trust me, it's not there. But if you're feeling like, man, I can't ever see if we could just get back, it's coming. Okay, let me tell you that. If you're holding your spot bags or whatever bags, even maybe you're position trading or whatever, and you're in some drawdown, right? It's coming. We're getting there. Okay, just be patient. But this time, for the love of gosh, peel out a little bit more, and likely we might be looking at some of these areas more eventually, stronger moves that could take us up here, because we're kind of getting away from these zones as much, and we're starting to get more into this zone over here. When it comes to Fibonacci wise, a little transition will be appropriate here. So that was from last week. This week, I still recommend taking some profits. I'm gonna leave that up there. I recommend taking a little bit of altcoin profit. I don't think we're quite ready to blast off to the moon just yet, but we will blast off. We can go a little wee bit higher here, from here to here. Our next current area of resistance is going to be right up here. And when we see total 3, well, our next one's going to be here. We haven't recovered that. I'm getting a little ahead of myself. But once we do get past this area, if we do, we got a fight on our hands, and it may be a bumpy ride, but then eventually this is where we're coming up here, and this will be the area we need to look at taking some, definitely getting paid in these areas when we start coming up close to $1 trillion in the total 3 market cap. Okay, where that's 20% gains from here should be something like that according to my mathematicals. Oh crap, my mathematicals suck, because that's only like 13-14%. Okay, well, you suck, turkey. Hey, how many turkeys you know that can add? I'm just saying. Yeah, name one. I'm waiting. Yeah, gotta be, can't be cartoon. I'm waiting. All right, 27 people hanging out with me. Thank you so much. Let me come back to the chat and see what you guys are chatting about. We're going to start getting into some altcoins right about now. Road Dog, not RSI. What? Not RS? I don't know what that means. RS has best strand. It's called opium. It's so uplifting. Has the best strain? It's called opium. Chris says, I will smoke you. What? I will smoke you? You want to smoke me? Drink, and together we will have a good time. Okay, yeah. I did have a little bit of wine before the show. Shh, don't tell nobody. Are you guys talking about all the hopium in the market right now? Because that's what it's. Slappy clam and candle. That's funny. I don't know why, but I don't know. Maybe it's all the hopium. That was funny. Yeah, all right. Slappy coming handy. Or what was that? Wait, Slappy clam and candy. Wag me, bitches. You guys are being hilarious tonight. 20 people. I just lost a bunch of people. I just made some people pissed off. Oh no, you can't please everybody. But hey man, if you like the music kind of playing in the background, it is available. Most of it's available over on wherever you stream music and stuff like that. Even here on YouTube, if you go to Road Dog Crypto Topic, gotta add topic after the name, and it will bring up the music channel generated by YouTube of my music. It's Joe at Trade Intuition also has one of those. Give him a little love as well. trade intuition topic. And you can listen to a lot of crypto music because we think that there needs to be more crypto music in the world. And I should probably get out there making some more. I haven't made it in a couple of months. It's a fun adventure. I like it. And we do need some more. I'm willing to take some information and request over in the Telegram group. All right, so Skittle Water. Can you look at SLP Smooth Love Potion Blast from the Past? That one is a blast. You know what? That one being such a blast from the past, you intrigued me. But okay, before I take a look at it, I just want to kind of wonder. So Smooth Love Potion, which I did try to play last time and never had much luck with it. It just didn't ever do anything, and then it finally did. Then it didn't. And you had Axie Infinity, one of the crypto gaming platforms that came out, and people in Thailand, Singapore, some of the and some other lower nations were it's hard to find, it's hard to get money, right? For them, it was such a come up. They were able to make so much money in their economies that is a real come up for them. And it turned into like gaming farms and things like this where you would hire out people to work underneath you. It became a big freaking thing last cycle, Axie Infinity. That token grew from like little, worth hardly anything to, it seems like it's like over hundreds of dollars. Crazy move. It was one of the biggest tokens, and then of course it lost everything because the game itself was boring AF, but the enticement was you could earn a living from it, especially if you were from some of the lower developed countries. Lower economy countries is how I'd refer to them. Smaller economy countries. All right, so let's take a look at it and see how it's doing. And now I don't see this one coming back because gaming should be getting better. It needs to get better than that. But there's still that memory effect here when it comes to crypto, and a lot of people like to play old plays. Or maybe Axie might be doing something. Maybe they revamped and upgraded. I don't know. I have not kept up with the project. But it does look like we come down for a clear total retest of a bottom here that we had in September 2023. So if you were playing this and like, man, I want to buy the bottoms, I want SLP, I'm gonna do it, and you bought it in 2023, you made probably 5x. So like, I'm gonna put $1,000 in an SLP and become an SLP millionaire. You at least made 5,000 out of it. If you took profits and didn't just ride the roller coaster, you at least had that opportunity. Right now you got that same opportunity to do it again. There could be another potential 5x from here. I'm going to clear off all these other guys because I don't know when I put them up here. I don't remember looking at this going forever. We're going to zoom out on the weekly and just kind of look at where we are right now. So yeah, this thing got up to like 40 something cents, 42 cents, and it's like fractions of a penny. It is like if you take a penny and fractalize it up into like 100 or maybe 1,000 pieces. That's where you are right now. Oh, 100 pieces. 100th of a penny. You could buy 100 of these for one penny. And if you sold them, those 100 for 41 cents, well, my gosh, your 1 penny turned into $4. That's pretty impressive if that were to happen. Right now, all we can say is that you need to mark that. Thought we did. This is a perfect at the moment. We hope that it does not go lower and give us a lower bottom. That would totally suck. But the probability, I believe, is that we're forming a little W pattern here, and we're just making a bigger W pattern here. So our target should be back where we were at February 2024 last year. We should be headed back up toward there, and hopefully we get a little bit more something like this when she does decide to take off, and hopefully will. Now this is on the weekly here. I'm not seeing the signs that she's ready to just blast off here by these weekly indicators, but we got something going on. So in my personal opinion, this is a great place to get in if you want to try to play this little guy. I mean, imagine this one just popping back up to 618 area. 3.5% gains. $100 turns into $400. You might just have to wait a while. And how many? I mean, we're talking like last time we bought them. Now it was August 2024. And to December, August, September, October, November. Can you wait 3 months to 4x your money there? Or 3x your money? I mean, that's what you got to kind of consider. But if you're considering the bigger picture, the possibility that maybe in the last few months of this cycle, there might be something that comes out with SLP, it gains some traction and everything, and it comes back to some of these other crazy areas. If you don't sell out too soon, or you know, you could be coming back up to this little area that we tested back in 2022, and that would give you substantial gains from this area. It's like a little bank account you can peel off of. It's did 10x from that point, and your $100 turns into $1,000. You're like, now that might take you, you know, that might take you several months, 6 months to get there, or maybe longer. I don't know. How much longer can we got in this market? Not too much. And that's something to be concerned about too. So this market is being kind of interesting because there's a delay in this market. There was a setback before, and then a further setback with all this tariff stuff. And there have been theories, and I've been talking about it on the channel going back a couple of years, that there may actually be an extension of bullishness, not just in crypto, more of the overall markets, which would roll over into crypto and extend the crypto cycle, or yeah, it could extend it. Maybe that there might be a longer altcoin season. That's what I'm kind of hoping for. That's what I'm that's what's kind of spinning around in the background here. That we might be looking at a little bit more extended altcoins as this global. Let me make my case here. As global adoption comes for Bitcoin, well, the same things are going to happen with our human psychology. As this space develops and more exposure comes up, the greater population of the world that's getting exposure to Bitcoin are going to be getting exposure to altcoins as well. And there will be a rollover of that money from Bitcoin into altcoins, or just from all that awareness into the altcoins. So they will pick up. Now, with the delayed affection, if we can put it, for altcoins that we've seen in this cycle, it may come toward the end and it may last a little bit longer. This is my take on it, and I'm calling it right here, right now, tonight, on June 9th. So I don't think anybody else has talked about, but yeah, it could. Now, we don't want to get crazy with that idea, because we don't want to be waiting for, like last cycle, waiting for that $150,000 Bitcoin that never came. We don't want to get in that, but we just want to keep those ideas there. This altcoin season might be a little, we're crossing our fingers. If we start seeing crypto really, I think we'll know. If mainstream starts getting into crypto, I think we'll know. We'll start seeing crypto in the evening news and crap. But it may be a cool thing. At some point, that's going to happen in life, and then we're like, oh my God. All right, let's start taking a look at a little altcoins here, if you don't mind. One thing I need to do is come over and put my, I should have done this earlier before I started railing there. Okay, so SLP, from where we are currently, great little bottom area. Did I give targets? I don't think that I did. We need to go up here to this high, come down to that low. The basic thing for SLP is that it needs to come up to this area at 0.002, and from here to there, $100 in would give you $200 out. So that would be the first target, 0.00295 that I'll be looking for, but 0.0057 definitely on the radar, even higher. But that is just from the weekly charts. That's what the bigger charts can give us. Smaller charts, we come down to, I don't know, let's say the 4 hour. And here we're starting to see that double bottom come into effect here. And on this one, we'll be looking for a breakout of the trend line, and we're not quite there just yet. when we count the bodies to bodies line there. Working on it. I think it'll end up getting it, and we'll start seeing a little bit more zigzag, more to the upside from here. She made a nice little higher low. Probably a 886 retracement. Okay, so the 886 retracement tells us that this is the area that we need to keep our eye on. Doesn't mean that she can't break past it and go for a higher high over here at 0.000232, but it does tell us that this might be the area at 0.00. What is that? 19, right? 0002 would be a good place to definitely get paid. That would be the place to. That's 31% gains. That's where I would kind of lean in on for like a swing trade idea or something like that. Those two targets. That's just me. Doesn't have to be you, but we should be starting to make a higher high from here and test this area at least. And then again, this area over here is the sweet spot. All right, let's take a look at, if you don't mind, take a look at a whiffy dog with that meme coin. I know it, but this is where some money can be made, coming from these juicy little bottoms. I've been looking at this one for a little bit, playing this one for a little bit. So you had this channel down here broke up, and then we coming up, baby. So now we got this trend line, and we retested it, and the thing that we need to do, if you, I got to move all. I got too many price things over here. I need to. I'll probably put them back. Oh, what'd I do there? Oh man, I'm erasing the wrong thing. I'm not trying to erase target. I'm trying to get those price labels out of the way. All right, so we bounced off a 618, which is beautiful. Our local pattern, you call me crazy. It sounds crazy right now until that one day we come back and we say, hey, look, nailed it. And I'm talking about, this is a perfect setup in my personal opinion for AB equals CD correction, or an AB equals CD pattern. It's technically a bearish pattern, but it's bullish AF to play out. So up to 181 is the target that I've got there with this other. We're just gonna get you off of there. I think that's a measure move for something. We got some. So 168, 182 for a whiff. From where we are now up to there, 65, 80% gains. So if you've been in this one already, if you got bought in around, did we actually hit 75? We didn't, but if you got in around this 82 cent area at the 618, that could be a pretty nice one. That's 100% gains there, just spot price, no leverage included. If you had 5x leverage on that, or let's say a 3x would be safer. A 3x leverage, that give you 300% gains from here to there. Give you almost 400% gains to the top target right there, the main target 181, where I could see WIF working her way up to, and I'm not saying it's going to be straight up or easy ride. It's going to be up, retest, come back down, go up, come back down, give and take a little to get up there. But I am looking at that, but I think it could be a little bit sooner than not. When she does start to go, she starts to go, and then a shorter term target I got is 151. And then of course our 236 also makes another good target for us to retest at 136. Any of those guys on WIF would give you some gains, 30% gains to 136 on spot, 1x. Looking here at the daily on WIF, we're seeing that the MACD is trying to start to cross. It hasn't done it yet. She's a lagging indicator, so she's just now picking up that, hey man, there's a party going on at WIF's house. We need to go over. WIF's wife's fine 89 is what I'm hearing. Anyway, we're starting to. All right. Let's take a look at hype. Hyper Liquid, are you looking good? She's looking good, man. Bouncing off the bottom of this trend line, or the bottom of this new trend line. That's why I like to That's why I like them bottom entries on trend lines. So glad to see, and we also got a breakout if we're looking on the daily here. Body to body there, breakout, nice. So what are you trying to do with? It looks like we're trying to shoot for a higher high. What would that higher high be? Well, let's get some higher high targets out of here. You did a full-on double. Oh, okay. She went one-on-one right there. That's interesting. All right, so our next target is going to be $46. We might get lucky to make it up to 51, but we'll have to see about that. I didn't particularly see a sign that that one would hit. But I want to put this. Is this going to be crazy AF? But if we do make a higher high from here,
Crypto turkey takes the stage at night, featherless and shining bright.
I got some outstanding targets. For the Fibonacci area that it just bounced off from, would give us a crazy target of 6180. Possibly between there and between 6180 and 6369. If you're looking for the Moon Boy targets, I can give them to you. Right now I'm looking for 46 and 51. That does not mean that we go straight up to these areas. It means that we fight, but those are the pivot points I'm looking for. That we will find something going on for Hyperliquid based on Fibonacci, magical, geometric, sacred mathematic, geometry book, all that stuff. Anyway. I want to take this one and oh, we don't have a Telegram group pulled up. Now we do. We're going to go over to the chart room and do the trade setups. That's where I was posting earlier about the weekly MACD is starting to look healthier. 50-minute chart. Talking about some possible retest areas if we do come down. For Bitcoin, and here I was putting out the 1618 area. This is the area that we're probably going to be fighting with, right? Because we reached a 161. We went the full extent of our measure move for the Fibonacci, is what that means, and that's currently where we're having a problem. And we may not go above it. Okay, we might have to take a pullback from here. It may look like it's trying to flag to the upside. Maybe it will. Okay, I mean, we get real bullish, it can do whatever it wants to, but in normal things, we got to start considering a possible pullback at this point that we are at Bitcoin right now. Let me post this guy over here. Put the swing targets over there. So if you're in a trade, what that means, swing targets, if you're already in a trade, because you've got to kind of determine your own entry if you're going to buy when the breakout, which is, it's not the best, but it's a legit strategy. Buy high to sell higher. I like to buy closest to the trend lines if I can, or buy the breakout or something like that. I prefer buying on the pullback or buying at a low. But if I've got to buy high to sell higher, those are the options that we have to work with. Not saying to do it, but I'm saying mostly if you've been in a trade, maybe you've already been in it down here, I have, or from these areas, 46, 51, 61, and 63 look kind of juicy for Hyperliquid. DeFi coins, I think, are if you're confused about what sector that you need to be in, DeFi and AI, in my personal opinion, are going to be the narratives that are going to get a lot of the hype this season or the rest of this year. Aave, they've already started cluing us in by the price action. So we're right at resistance from that trend line right there, 618. The holy 3618 wave 3. That's what we're expecting is well, what we're looking for as a possibility for what's going on is $336 for a target. That's also the 886 Fibonacci from up here. She is coming up to test the 618 right now on the daily. So let's well, while we're here on the daily, let's look at the moving averages. Above the 200, above the 9 and the 21 just crossed bullishly, so we're looking pretty good. Now the 9 moving average is still around $260, and that means that we could come back and test that area. If we would get rejected here, we'll meet the 9 moving average. But there's also that possibility that maybe if things start getting a little bit bullish, which they are, we're facing a little bit of resistance from a previous trend line right here. Let's see if we can dial this in. Go to candle bodies there. I'm going to lay it on this candle body here and respect this wick, and that's also showing some rejection here. So let's look. If we do face some rejection right up here, right now it's telling us that for Aave, oops, get you in there. So somewhere close to 295 in that area. Might be as far as she gets on her first attempt. She might pull back a little bit, and then we start moving to try to get past that. I would say with this area of resistance and that 618, and this being an area a lot of people will be having some shorts in, and also it being, you know, a turnaround, a pivot point on the Fibonacci, Aave is probably setting up for a little bit of a pullback, in my personal opinion here. A possible one. Although I gotta say, man, here on that Digimoku cloud looks, whoo, we can get a little pullback, and it may just be a shallow one. It doesn't have to be a deep pullback. So I'd be curious to see exactly what happens right through here, and even right here for Aave around 270. Where are we at? 289. 270 could work. I would actually look for 270. Let's take this guy off. So if we do get rejected here, it might just pull back about $19, and then hopefully continue on up. There's a slight chance that it might come a little deeper, retest this area about 260, but man, Aave can do some damage there. The DeFi coins are starting to take off, and it's not just Aave. You can take things like Cake. Look at Cake. She got past her 236 area here. She's doing good. 382 area, check. Next one up is 257, and that should make a nice little higher, perfect higher high for us to go for right there on Cake. So expect Cake to go to around 258 if the bullish trend continues here. I don't see why it wouldn't. Another thing that you could do is take the trend lines, also pointing, you know, the areas of resistance we got here, depending on how you draw it. Right, it's going to be resistance on the trend lines. So I got a little bit more push, and I mean, altcoins will be good give and take, but we're getting the signs that we need that altcoins should start trying to turn around a little bit. It may be a bumpy ride according to Bitcoin dominance, but it looks like we're starting to come out of the dark part of the woods of this market, and that's a good feeling. Because gosh darn it, how many months are you behind? We're expecting this crap in April, Bitcoin. Come on, man. Crypto? What the hell? I mean, for real. That's just... We've been waiting, Bitcoin. Crypto. Total 3. Altcoins. Been waiting all this time, and you just been peeing on us and telling it was raining for the last freaking year. I ain't got nothing else to say. You should be ashamed of yourself. Now I think it's time, altcoins, for you to give back all the losses and all the drawdown that you've taken from us. And here at this channel, I'm just here to tell you, we're going to take it. We're going to take it back. We're going to grow these bags big. We're going to look like we belong at the Mutant Hooters restaurant with the big old bazongas. Our bags are going to be so fat. We're going to have the fattest bags. I'm just letting you know, altcoin Total 3, we're coming for you. We now continue with the regular scheduled program. Sometimes you just got to tell this market what's up. It's what the elite does to us. They tell us what they're going to do to us way ahead of time. All right, so I like this trend line that we got that is starting to point up here to about $3.23 for cake. Not saying it's going to be a cakewalk in the park. See what we did there? Anyway, we're getting to where the lows will be behind us. Didn't say we're there yet, but we're getting there. We're floating. We're starting to float up a little bit, a little higher. Our lows are starting to be just a little less lower and a little bit more higher. Our lows are starting to be. You said higher. I did. Ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to draw your attention over here to ICP. As we watch it go above the $6 mark, climbing from the depths of hell of here about 483 when it dropped back down for a higher low. Higher low is the first ticket. Hey man, something might be taken here. Let's take a look at it. All we gotta do is shoot for a higher high, right? Got that in, and then she did a little flag there, and that was interesting to me. Now, is there a way that we could have caught that little booger? Well, yes, there is. She bounced off the 236, which if it's rare when it happens, but when she do, what happened? Moon time. We get a measure move from this little booger. Come on, baby. What's your target? Right here. We're looking for 639 target for ICP. That should be our pivot point. According to my Fibonacci method, we will put it to the test here, and then we will come back and say, you suck, road dog, or nailed it. One of the two, or something else. But that's what I'm putting out there. That is my call for ICP. Let's zoom out and see if there's anything else that we can gather. Should have done that to begin with, shouldn't you? Yep, you could probably just come over here and put a Fibonacci and got your little magical number. Shh, stop giving away all the secrets. We can't charge for a premium tier if you give all the secrets away. Damn it, Sean. You heard nothing. You heard nothing. Nothing. This is the perfect time. This is and I haven't done it in a while, ladies and gentlemen. The times have been hard, so we got to start doing it a little bit more. And if you're not in the OnlyFans naked footsie group for $2,499, you can get daily Bitcoin access to daily Bitcoin charts with my photos, my little footsies pointing to the price targets. $2,499 a month. You know you love it. Thank you so much, you guys in Dubai. Love you guys. Anyway, that's my only show for tonight. $2,499. Get your own personal charts with my feet right there with the toe fungus and everything pointing at the price targets. It's a value. It is still on sale from Christmas. So, hey, the sale is about to, Christmas has been over, baby. We're about to crank that thing back up to $5,300 a month. So if you want in now, get in now. $2,300. We accept whatever, anything. I don't care. I'll take rice if you got it. But anyway, up here it's $6.39 is where we might be going for a little higher high. I kind of like it. We're at our 618 right now, so gosh darn it, I guess that's why we're getting rejected again. I always feel like we're getting rejected sometime. 618, you always rejected us, turning us down. until that one day you let us pass. And I think that day might be coming soon for you. I'm hoping. If it's not soon, if we do, I think we're getting kind of close there. But we got our AB equals CT. I so bad want to keep up with that. Please, somebody bring me back to ICP. I want to come over to the chart. Chat. Hey, there's where I put it. Right here. I put it like, hey, submit your request for la 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 la. Let's get this party started. It's 55 minutes in, and we'll get into all these coins here. We got Pepe. First clients, because we look at CASP, ETHFI, and what is it? Magic. Treasure. Bush on Parade, while we were on a trip back in time, let's take the DeLorean and look at UFO gaming token. It's been a long day. I have to wake up very early. Going to call it a night. Hey, good night, Joe. Sorry, well, you probably said that like 30 minutes ago because I'm late getting to the chat, man. Sunny Melody says La Bibi is the next billions. It's a pump.fun coin. Okay. Has any of them made a billion yet? Epstein's Ghost says Raven coin. Sunny Melody says La Bibi to the moon. LF Crow, like Donkey Kong. We'll take a look at Crow. Need to. That's a good one to be in. Matt Davian, what's up? Looks like selling pressure is dying down on Bitcoin. Came down to the 0.382 retracement and is holding. Did I say Matt Damien? My bad. Meet Damien. Let's do justice here. I thought, oh, did I type you in? Am I not doing this right? Come on. I'm a bear mark. We got Meet Damien over. That's not, am I getting, oh man, I screwed that up. I will screw things up. Meet Damien on YouTube. He's a YouTube. Oh, snap! That one scared me. Okay. I think Mercury's going into retrograde because things are not working out for me today. I don't know if you guys could hear that, but it just blasted my ears. Okay, gosh darn it, man. I have just screwed this all up. I'm trying to come to Meet Damien's and I'm not, I screwed something up here. My apologies. It's like butchering somebody's name. It's embarrassing. I apologize. I totally screwed. Oh, here we are. And I'm subscribed. See that? See, it says subscribed. See? So Meet Damien, fellow YouTuber. Check him out, like, subscribe. We got to get good alpha out here, people. We got to get good alpha out here, people. There's more things to do than just chase flags all the time. I'm just saying there's some more bigger ideas and things like that than paying somebody $99 a month to support their great lifestyle and their futures account where they can keep putting money into it. You can get out here and grow your own accounts. The alpha is out here. You just got to participate. And there are so many YouTubers out here, smaller YouTubers out here giving that alpha out. Now he's got 345 subscribers, and I think, I don't have a whole bunch, but the people that are here, I think you could help him out, at least give him a chance. There, go check him out and see if you resonate. He might have some alpha that you might need. I'm just saying. That's how this works. All right, so we're looking at ICP at an area of possible resistance here, but shit, looking juicy. I like what I'm seeing here with this rounded shape. And I would love to see ICP. Now these are I mean, 697 is my 236 fib area here. That's my main target that I'm really looking for right there, because we got to get above it if we're going to do anything more juicy. And just to be honest with you, from that point in this game, I mean, if Other than places I might take a little bit of profit, you know, $11 or whatever. I mean, it's going to be these areas over here about $17, $18 that I really want to look for to take a little bit more of a serious profit out of my big hodl bags. So this would be a nice one in my personal opinion. Well, I don't know. I'm just looking at the charts. I like it at the bottom of the trend line. That's why I say, if nothing else, just coming up to the top of the trend line here, that 618 Fibonacci is $11.32, 23 cents. Now that might be a month out of the way. It might be 2 months out of the way. It may be, it ends up to, I don't know when it might get there. But the system tells me that that one is on the radar to get hit. And from hither to dither, that's about a 2x on this play. So if you're in it, this is a great place to add to your bags. If you're not in it, I don't know. You can decide if it's worth being in or not according to your risk tolerances or your expectations. Maybe you want a little bit more of something else. But to me, from what I'm seeing here on the charts, let me zoom it out, that's pretty sweet and juicy. Got a bottom trend line going on, got a falling wedge possibility. It's kind of really early for it to break out of that. It could be a lot of sideways here under $10 for a while, but eventually it might take off. Now this one's tied to Bitcoin, and I'm curious to see what that narrative is going to do for it, and especially any kind of practical things that it offers for Bitcoin, because I think that's going to make a lot of people, especially, you know, all these boomers in the legacy market coming in on Bitcoin, I think it's going to make them horny. And, you know, here at $15.85, that's our 236. That's that's definitely on our list for a target. And here we are crying and being, oh man, we were down to $4. Yeah, you get a 4x going to 16 on that thing. Now this $37 area, that's an area that we should come up and test sometime at some point in the future for ICP. If you've been in it for all this time, going through all this mess, I mean, we're not out of the woods yet, but we're getting so much closer. And if you've ever looked at charts that have done this, I want to give you some hopium for your ICP holders. If you've ever looked at the charts in retrospect that have done this, that have been where this chart is right now, on these bigger, even on the bigger ass time frames, the recovery is astounding. And when you're down here in the depths of hell, it doesn't feel like it. It never feels like it. It always feels like crap. It's like you're in the losing team. When it's not moving, it feels horrible. That's by design, I believe, so that we can they can slowly accumulate. This is where accumulations occur on the, okay, so this is the sweet spot to still pick up ICP if this is the project you've chosen to get into. You like it, like what it can do, believe in the project, like the tokenomics and all of that. You're at a sweet ass place. I can't possibly think of a better place to start entering or look for an entry on this thing in the bigger picture. 3-day Fibonacci, you're just bouncing off the 886. This thing's ready to party. I mean, she may be a slow starter. She may step on your toes a little bit when you first start dancing, but when y'all kind of get into the groove and everything, and she's at $37, you're going to be looking like, oh man, my $1,000 of ICPs just turned into $5,000, and that's pretty cool. Now, what if you get lucky and ICP actually does have a narrative, and they actually do have something to back up, you know, what they've been saying that they're going to bring to this market, and it starts coming up to $100. It sounds crazy now, but we don't know. I mean, in altcoins, things can happen, especially if they actually have something deliverable. So what if it does come up to here? Well, your $1,000 turns into a 100 or 1,100% from that. What? Did you say what? $1,000 turns into what? $1,000 turns into like $11,000 or $12,000. I'm just saying these are things that a lot of us look for, these opportunities, because bottoms don't come all the time, and it doesn't feel like it's the one at the moment. It doesn't. They never do when you're down here. And I'm not trying to sell you on this. I'm trying to sell you on the idea of what this chart is saying, whether it applies to this whether it applies to this asset or another asset that you find. When you're down here, they never feel like it's the one to go with. It never feels like it's going to, you know, I wouldn't touch that with a 10-foot pipe. That one sucks. ICP, it's not going to do. Yeah, Ethereum was like that too at $118, and what happened? I mean, it's not even the most favorite coin, but it's a lot more than $118 now, and never looked back. Did that at $880 too, and never looked back. ICP may never see this price again for just until I'm not gonna say never. I mean, we've seen some of these altcoins make newer lows this pullback or this cycle, but if they're doing the things they're talking about with Bitcoin and all that, I think it's interesting. I think it might be a dark horse it's worth looking at. I labeled ICP as a dark horse. Did we have? I made a list. Did I make a list? Did I look at the wrong one? My gosh. Okay, we're on track. We're on track. All right, let's take a look at Pepe. The PP coin. Pepe, PP, however you want to say it. Looks like we're getting a little bit of a pullback. You didn't touch my target? Oh man, are you scared? Were you too scared? You didn't want to, you want to touch it now? I don't want you to touch it now. I want you to touch the next one now. All right, so we got a 618 Fibonacci area that we've been holding for support, and that's a good sign. That means, hey man, it looks like we may have. I'm on a 3-day. I need to get down to a smaller time frame. It looked good to me. We got a new trend line forming right here, a deviation, if you will. That's the first stages of a parabolic move. W pattern here with the that's the neckline. Didn't really retest that. More retested this area here, which is the red line here, that 236 Fibonacci. We retested that one. So our fibs are in play. I'm going to take these big labels off. Now these are based on some of the actual moves here for some of these targets, but I mean really, it's just filling high to low with your fibs. You get the greater target. So here's our 0.5. We haven't quite made it there. Okay, so we got it 618, and we're even going to start entertaining these other guys now. Where did you come back to? If I'm looking at trend lines, I'm drawing this, right? You see that? I've got everything on here all of a sudden. But do you see how that idea is now support? And oops, and we bounced off of that. That is cool. That introduces us to a bear trap idea, right? This could be a strong move for Pepe. Oh crap! We'll just tear that up. So still looking at those targets. I like this one. I do. I'm not saying don't get paid on the way up. I'm just saying this one's a good one to maybe wait and take a little bit more profits at 0.00002359. We're at 1261. That's a double up. Next area that we're looking for is right out here at 1692. Right around there. Sweet spot here where I think a lot of people will be trying, probably more than likely trying to short it. 1951, just in that area that we're gonna have a little stuff going on there. I've got a little 1618 fib area, I believe, right here at about 20. So in my personal opinion, I think this area is going to be the interesting one to kind of look at right there. Right through there. And from here to the other, that's about 50-60% on spot. But you still got to get your higher high in, and I think we're working on that. That's a nice bounce off of this. 1396 will be the 382 Fibonacci. We'll get past that and hopefully higher. And I'll remind you, I think we still got a bumpy ride for altcoins. Bitcoin dominance is not through doing its stuff, I don't think. So it can still be a bumpy ride. I don't think we're ready to just blast off on altcoins at all just yet, but we're getting a rise. Bitcoin, however, might be a different story there. She's getting a pullback. Let's check back on Bitcoin real quick, if you don't mind. Let's check back on Bitcoin if you don't mind. Bitcoin, oh Bitcoin. Okay, so here. So this could be throwing a kink into our plans here with altcoins. Bitcoin breaking trend line right there. So the move today, the 618 One out. We nailed it.
green in my sight. I should have stayed grounded, not
We got to come over here and
now my wallet's a ghost, and I'm asking why. Market moves call out my name.
oh well. I guess we do it from over here, don't we? My bad.
I traded hearts for one last play.
Let me take my little bibs off of here.
Now all I hold has slipped away. Tonight the coins fall so cold, a whispered crash I can't console. I'm never gonna trade again. These keys have lost their soul's refrain. No blockchain love can mend. I'm never gonna trade again the way I traded.
All right, so this was a 618. It's supposed to be a pivot point. It's supposed to be a rejection area. That orange line represents a lot. Now, I was starting to wonder when we started doing this little flag thing, and that's the reason why you can't always just say flags to the outside. Whoa, look, you can't get in a bias of saying everything and squeeze into a flag and wait. You know, you can't. I mean, it's cool when it works, or when you get something. You get some crazy measure moves from some of these, but when it comes to being at some of these resistance areas, that's when you gotta kind of dial that down a little bit. You gotta say, hey man, we might be, flag season might hurt us, because if that's what they were chasing, yeah, some people got hopefully stopped out and not just. But I don't know, I just wonder if you put everything in flags and you're the flag man and you're always looking for that flag to the upside, always looking for the flag to the upside, and you can be wrong, you can be right until you're wrong, which then becomes more than often. The big thing is breaking the trend line, then that idea is over. I was actually entertaining the idea that maybe it would do something like that, do something like this. And then there could have been something to the upside. But she broke that trend line, so that idea is kind of cooked right now until we get some more stuff. It was not cooked is the possibility of it bouncing here. Could happen. But a stronger, I believe, a even better chance that it come down to 108.5 for Bitcoin. We'll see. She is trying to respect this idea. Now, if she bounces off of this, I think that's even better than the flag to the upside. If she bounces off of this, then we could get one of them crazy ass moves out of here. This is better than playing a flag. AB equals CD is so much better than flags. That could take us to the 114 area over here. If we bounce off of here, I'll run with that. But I got to see her do it, and then she's got to, break her levels or whatever. But this is a good first start. If we're really, really bullish, we will see something like that. If we're not as really, really bullish, then we'll probably break that little sucker. All right, so let's take a look at Caspa. All right, Caspa is getting a little bit of a pull.
For those of you out there hitting that like button, I just want to say thank you very much.
Oh, Jesus. Sean, got it. You laughing your ass off in that production booth. I see you. Okay. Okay. Namaste. All right. Okay.
For those of you out there hitting that like button, I just want to say thank you very much.
Hey everybody, we're gonna pull back from Caspa. If you haven't noticed over here, it looks like we've got a line over here. Probably need to zoom out and figure out what's going on over there. That looks like a trend line. Looks like a resistance line. It was a horizontal line. It was this line. It was a channel line. We haven't broke out of this little horizontal channel that I interpret us to be in, but I think it could be coming soon. Might be a little pullback, might not be a little pullback. It might extend this little its little channel self into more of a ascending triangle, or maybe some kind of bottom pattern. Bigger thing to look at here is, I think, is this guy, and this guy giving us a falling broadening wedge, or a bullish megaphone pattern with a defined partial decline area here at the 618. This thing looks like she's getting ready to pop, baby. I'm just saying it. Casper looks like she's getting ready to come up to 10 cents, and I hope higher. Now the area I'd be looking for this, just to simplify it and get through all the measure move stuff, it basically comes up to the 618 Fibonacci, about 1111 area right there. 1111 I think is the sweet spot. I'm pointing to it. Angel numbers right here, 1111. See what happens there. Might get rejection, have to pull back a little bit, and then continue higher. And then we could be looking at 12 and then maybe 14 cents, but that's a little hopium at the moment. Okay, that's a lot of hopium at the moment, but this is kind of cool. We lost this trend line, so that's sucky. We did our little things. ABC correction. Elliot, you got the C wave going on. No, yes you do. This is the C wave, and also the little 5 waves down or whatever. So Elliot also agrees that we're bottoming out here. Okay. And then we get to start the 5-wave pattern all over again. That's if you don't know that concept, let me take a moment to explain that. So if we're looking at Elliott Wave, and you probably heard about him, and I'll give you the cliff notes on it. This is a little wave process, and you get a 1, 2, a 3, 4, and a 5, and you can argue among other people that do this. That's if you got it drawn out right or not. But basically, my definition is you get 3 humps and then a dump. Okay, you get 1 hump, 2 hump, 3 hump, 3 little stages in market structure, and then you get a correction, and then it's a 2-wave correction. So you get a 1, well, a 3-wave, I'm sorry, a 2, and then the 3 areas, A, B, C correction down. And you can apply fibs to this, and then it gets kind of freaky, kind of interesting when the people who do Elliott Wave with fibs are kind of cool. You don't have to, but it is kind of the more advanced stuff. Anyway, after all that happens, when you do your Elliott Wave thingy, well, you get your ABC correction, and then all the fun is supposed to start all over again. And the rules of the game are for your 1, 2, your 3, 4. The 4 cannot touch the 2. And there's got to be a gap, and then you got the right one. So you got your 3, 4, and then the next one will be a 5. And then you top out there, and then you start your corrective phase with a lower high. And gosh darn it, we do get our lower highs there. So I'm trying to find the little bars pattern over here because it was here. What I'm trying to say is, you start that, and then you get to start it all over again, and then you start doing this, and then we take our trend line and then we put it over here, and then we got a new channel idea. You see how that works? See how that works? Gosh darn it, I think I might leave that on there just to see what happens with this fractal idea. You can't expect them to play out exactly price action, but you can look at some of the areas, and it's kind of scary how they just kind of respect the same areas in scale. It's just weird. But anyway, I'm still looking. Well, this one, according to this one, it's saying, screw you, road dog, I'm gonna blast right through that little fucker. Maybe it will. That's what I got, but we'll see what happens. So Caspa, I think it could look promising. I'm gonna keep that on there just for poops and giggles. Let's make it a better color. Yeah, let's do like that. All right, Caspa, let's take a look at ETHFI. 20 people hanging out. That's nice. That could look promising. Bouncing off this area, got a double bottom, a little bit of a lower low, but you recovered 200 moving average on the 4-hour. That's good. Let's see what we got more price history here. Yeah, that's what we need, baby. That looks pretty good. Looks a lot better than it did when it was down here and nobody wanted to mess with it, right? So Fibonacci wise, we're bouncing off for 236, making a nice little possible bull flag there. A measure move from that gets you some interesting targets in itself. Just take that flagpole. I think you're better off try to do it like that. but a lot of people will take it from the breakout, and that would bring you to this area here. So we want to pay attention to that. And AB equals CD would take us right up here to this area, about 227. Of course, we got our 618 right there too. So those make some good targets. I think it's worth trying to wait for. It does look like the 179 will come into play there. It may go through it. Let's see, from here to there to 179. That's 39% gains. That's probably that's noteworthy. 64% gains to get up to 212. So, and how I would track this is a trend line there. And we want to see that hold. We don't want to see that trend line break. We gotta have a line in the sand to help us know when to get out. And I prefer to go candle bodies to bodies, and that gives us a little room. And then I interpret this little gap here as being bullish, that we're deviating from that 4-minute new line. She's trying to get bullish on us right now. So soon we should start seeing a breakout of this trend line. We should be heading up there. So 148, that area should be coming. She should probably start getting over it. So we'll put this 180 target up there just as a take profit area. It might work for some people's strategies. 42, about 40% profit from right now where we are. This is on the 4 hour, and that's looking pretty gosh darn promising right there. Let's take a look at Magic. I think I got the right one here. You were riding that leg down, weren't you? What the hell? Can't tell what I've got going on over here. Oh, here we go. There's the price action. Okay. So looking for a kind of a breakout of an idea. Depending on how you look at it, did she break out here or did she break out earlier? You can say she broke out earlier and retested it. Or broke out here and she still came on down. So let's... I think all that stuff is still good. I think. Yeah. Okay. All that stuff is still good. Okay. She just came down. Ooh, you came down for a deep ass retracement, didn't you? Okay, so we did come down to 786, and that should be an area where we can catch a bounce. There's a little lower area at 886. I hope we don't get down there. It looks like we're catching something here. It looks really good right here. We even got 2 touches on the trend line right here, so I feel pretty cool about this area. So I would look at this as a falling wedge. I really would, and she is almost to the point that she needs to break out. These things fill up the pattern. Normally, I mean, where you'd find a breakout, according to Thomas Bukowski, is about 75% of the way into them, to the apex where the points meet. And so we're right around that area here. And so forming a partial decline or a bottom area within the triangle, that's a pretty cool sign. We haven't confirmed anything yet, but I think, in my personal opinion, that we're getting close to a breakout. And I do like that 33-cent area. All right, let's take a look at, is it UFO? UFO Gaming? KuCoin's got it. Oh, you've been beaten down, haven't you? Now, gaming, we looked to pull the fib there. We gotta erase all that. We got a new bottom in, a lower low. Let's see, this was August. Ooh, golly, that's a long time. This thing is just, everybody forgot about this one, hasn't it? This is where we were last year, March, and now we got a new low, so now we got altered things. Now, this one might catch, I see something catching here on the 236. So when I can catch a resistance flip, support resistance flip, an SR flip on my 236 when I'm pulling to a bottom, it gives me more confidence that that could be it when my fibs come aligned with key areas. And I think this one looks interesting. So there might be a possibility that this is bottom. We don't know for sure. I mean, I can do some other little test of probabilities, but it is probably, it's got a good chance of being the bottom. And that's kind of crazy. We're full on bull market, and UFO is touching bottom, a brand new bottom. So it's in its bear market. You can't deny that these altcoins, a lot of them are still in their bear market. And now they're just now coming out of their bear market. How long will their bull market last after they've been in the bear market for 4 years now almost? Or at least 3, right? So we got to see it get above 76.72. We're at 27.53 now. Doesn't sound like very much, but from here to there is quite a bit actually. 157% sounds crazy, I know. So this could be really lucrative if you're ballsy enough to play this one. I would like to see some bullish divergence here on this daily between this and that. Have we got that?
Whispers in the sand calling to me. Your rhythm's a treasure that sets me free. Dance with me, dance with me.
Oh crap. You got the green dot here on the daily, just saw that. That's pretty cool. Where are we at here? Trying to look at my RSI over here too. You were flat over here. I don't see the bullish divergence. I don't see bullish divergence. I mean, that doesn't have to be, but we weren't looking. I was looking for this over here too. Here, let me go to the 3-day, get some of this noise out of here. And let me mark my bottoms. There we go. Now we can't be tricked. There is bullish divergence. Here on the 3-day, there is bullish divergence. She's a little slight, but she's there. This is rising. And clearly that's dumping. So you do have your bullish divergence on a bigger time frame. And there's a lot of signs saying I think she's bottomed out. So yeah, there actually could be a nice little comeback. Even if it doesn't come back a whole lot, man, it doesn't have to come back a whole lot to make money on this one. You just need 4 or 5x, right, to make it worth your while. And coming back to the 618 is 529% gains. And when she gets going, look at the gains that she can do. Once she pops off, 200% gains in just a matter of how long is that? Let's see. Okay, from here to there, about about a month and a half, almost about 6 weeks to make turn $100 into $300. Could we do something like that? Maybe. You'd have to be patient with this, but patience could pay off. Let's see. Let's take a look at Crow. KuCoin is good. Crow still under that dime area. Oh, we got the Dirty Sanchez. Double bottom pattern here. She's slanted in, does cowboy hat, slants out. I hope it does good. These can be kind of iffy. They can take it and wipe it under your nose, and it's not a fun experience. But it being a possible double bottom here on this little guy, I like this. I like this pattern that we're finding support on. And I know it sounds crazy, but 26, I mean, even 33-cent Crow, it sounds crazy right now. I know it does. I know it does. No, I do like Crow. I've got one of their cards, and I need to replace it. I need to start getting busy on that so it doesn't expire and I can't use it. I like to use it. Crow looks interesting. That's on the 3-day chart. Here, what are you looking like on the 4-hour? Pretty interesting. Looks like she wants to try to do something. Let's see if we can get back to 10 or 11 cents there. Higher, low. Can't bitch about that on Crow. Raven Coin. I haven't looked at this one in a minute. I used to love this one. I played this one a couple of cycles ago. Oh, are you really? Oh, 2. I thought it said 21. I was like, 21 cents? Really? Alright, so she got rejected out of the 0.5 area, and that's could be a temporary rejection. Let's get some of these. I've looked at this in a while. Let's zoom out. I guess I have looked at this recently. I don't remember it. Pretty nice, pretty nice. What did we have on there? We're considered our bottom end, and these little targets like 1.9. Clear this guy off. Let's zoom out a little. I'm going to zoom out to the 3-day. I think you can get the best information zooming out just a little bit on some of this stuff. Where was this? September 2022? This was last year. We need to go by that one, I guess. So 2.8 cents. I mean, we're approaching that. And we did get up there and didn't quite make it. I think we'll retest that area. Oh, you could look at that as a possible breakout. That's pretty sweet. Let's see what the candle bodies tell us. Candle body to candle body. And you're trying. $0.04 for Raven Coin looks pretty, pretty cool. We're at 1.9 cents. That'd be a double up to get to the 618 area, and possibly 5 cent area at 151. I'm not saying it's like happening next week or anything like that. I'm saying we're showing some signs that we might be trying to get up to those areas. It's coming down to the 4-hour. Nice, nice, nice. Okay, so she made it past our 236 so far. She did it before, but didn't hold. So we're looking for it to try to hold this time. And it does appear that we'll retest that. 2.8, I keep your eye on at 3.5 area. And 4 cent area. That was more than likely, I would say we're headed to 4 because it's 618, and that would be a great little higher high. And if we pulled our fibs for our higher high areas, that comes right smack dab in the middle of it. So looking pretty good, pretty good. Good brown gravy, how's it going? Saying Goon C. Goon C, let's take a look at it. How's it doing? She hit our 236, got rejected, which, yeah, it happens. It happens. It's okay. That's okay. Part of the process. We still got a nice little shift going on here. Looks like here on the 4-hour, we got some candles that are respecting that angle. So let me just go ahead and take you from here. So it looks like we're trying to deviate from here. It may not come lower. I hope we don't. Might test the 200 moving average to half a penny. But this is a great place to catch some support. 0.5 Fibonacci. Great little area. We kind of want to see these areas hit rather than 618's hit, and that will tell us that we're in we got some bullish momentum. So trend line respective and 0.5 Fibonacci respective, we do start getting a bounce here, which we should start seeing something here on the smaller time frame. Oh, not yet. You're not showing me yet, you little sucker. You want to make me look bad on TV? Is that what it is? Here we are on the 1 minute. Got to go all the way down to the 1 minute. And, oh, you're looking embarrassed. You suck. We'll see if we can catch some support here. Do a double bottom type scenario here. It's got a little W pattern over here. We went up with our little wavy waves. And Elliot, what do you say here on the 1 minute ABC correction? Well, you gave it all back up on that ABC. That was a badass ABC. That's a badass C wave. All right, so Elliot also thinks that we could bottom out here. I think we could hold. If we don't, then of course we're coming lower while everything else is trying to pop. That makes much sense, does it? Makes more sense to try to catch here, so that's what I'm looking for. If you tried to play this, I mean, these are some areas, these are some things that I look for a possible play. If that be true, your risk to reward can be so much under better control, because to invalidate this, you make a lower low than over here, so you can get you lose the 50 moving average, start closing candles, so you can get a really tight stop loss. I mean, really tight, 2%, 3% even. I mean, this is like, you know, you could do a 100x leverage play on it. You could do $10 100x on. Well, this is KuCoin. That might be a little different. I'd scratch that. But you could do higher leverage than whatever, as long as you don't get liquidated below. If your liquidation is below that, I mean, it could be a degen play. I don't even know if it's offered on perps or not. I'm just saying your risk reward ratio can be really good from here because you got such a tight stop loss. To invalidate this idea, it makes a lower low. This idea is invalidated. Until then, it's a valid idea that says, hey man, we should be coming right up here to retest this guy, and then we know we got to get this guy out of the way. If nothing else, just having your target at that same high that we got to, that's 8-to-1 risk to reward ratio. So I think she's got on the 1 minute chart. That's a possible good setup. It looks crazy, but it is. You break the trend line, it's over, baby. You know, you right on it. You right on it. It made me want to FOMO in on the. I had some of this, but I put it all in something else. Do I have anything free over here? Oh, I don't. I think that one's interesting. Should know pretty soon if it's going to stick or not. Stop loss is below 0.006127. I'm going to come over here to, that's it, Dex Tools or Dex Screener? I think it's Dex Screener. You're the one that doesn't give me a problem, right? Yeah, you're the one. Here's Edge to Weath. Somebody asked about that a couple weeks ago, and I said it looks like it just wants to stay in a range, and she's still in that range. I'm not sure you're the right one, baby. I am not sure you're the right one. Might be. Trying to find Yuki on Solana. It looks like I've looked at this one before. Was that you? It's an accumulation zone. Getting back up to where it was before, 93%. That doesn't look like the one I'm thinking about. I'm looking for this little guy right here. Let's take that contract address. Oh, yo, you got me a chart over here. Okay, I'll use you. This is Yuki on Solana. I think Haven, you mentioned this one, right? This one piqued my interest. I really like the low market cap. It's $110,000 right now. I think it was 186 when we looked at it a few days ago. She's had a little bit of a comeback. But I'm kind of looking at the idea of this one coming up to here. And that would be about a nice 300% gains. And that's just it taking off. That would be it probably getting to what, a 300,000 market cap. All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's come over and take a look and see what Bitcoin is doing again. We've been going for an hour and 40 minutes. So we've come down so far, and I've got this target, a 236 Fibonacci, which has not been touched yet.
Hold steady now, 'cause it's gonna ignite.
No, okay, I'm just checking me, make sure it's not me. No, my line is a little bit below it. It should be pretty much right spot on there. So we may be burning. I'm curious to see now if we stick here. We're starting to do the accumulation thing, okay? And I find that interesting. So usually a sign like this, okay, so your price will get a strong run up, and if it's not immediately rejected, if it starts accumulating, this could be a bullish sign, and maybe we accumulate through these zones and then we go higher. So it doesn't mean it's the end all be all. We haven't broken all-time high, and there is a chance that we might be on our big run. So we're looking for bounces off of one of these two areas. And if it does bounce here and start coming back up and look like she's going to break her high again, seriously, we're looking at that target about 114,000. Sounds crazy right now, but we might see that. There is also the idea, let's talk about that with Bitcoin, that this was the rejection, and maybe we get a deeper pullback. We might be coming back to 104, 105,000, somewhere through there. That idea is valid too, okay? Especially after now we've officially broken our trend line. So let's keep those ideas open for Bitcoin. We don't want to get too bullish, but we don't want to miss out on the bullish move, so we don't want to be too bearish either, right? But then we don't want to miss out on getting it at a juicy price and spend all of our money at the highs. So we got to cautiously just kind of track Bitcoin here with our indicators, with our tools, with our Fibonacci, whatever we have at our disposal. We got a failed flag up there. You got a failed trend is what you got. Elliot, you got an ABC coming for us. Elliot suggested maybe 107, maybe 108. You also got that one. I could see this one at 107 coming. That's your 0.5. We'll mark that little guy, Elliot. You stole my chart, you little bastard. Elliot, come on now. I didn't steal your chart, Elliot. Come on, man. We don't have to do that. You stole my chart. Come on now, Elliot. There's lots of ways besides you. That's sad. Get accused of stealing a chart from Elliot. Oh my gosh. You stole my target. Shut up, Elliot. There's lots of targets out here. You ain't got all of them. The Fibonacci. Yeah, you stole it from... I'm already arguing with Elliot over here. We don't know what the hell's going on. I like 107. I hope you get a... Do I hope for a pullback? I want more Bitcoin. I do. But we're at this place, we're so close to the high now, right? Or are we? How close are we? So close. We just got to go right over here. Just 1,000. We're 1,200. I mean, at this point in the game, what it's almost like we gotta. We came down, made a low. We need to go up and make a higher high. It's like we gotta. It may take, it may come in steps. Oh, take a little, give a little, cake a little, bounce off the 9, whatever we do. 9 moving average here is down at 107, by the way. We just talked about that area. If we are getting a pullback from here, and it can make sense if I can get to a chart that's not as dusty. Can I get to one that's clean? Are you kind of clean? What are you? What are you? I'll use you. Because it all depends on Bitcoin, right? We've not knocked out this high yet. And they still need to do that. We have not knocked out this high yet. So 110 and 111, we're still working on that.
On a digital
And this is the thing. This other high that we've not gone over, that's also an 886 Fibonacci. That's like your kind of like your extreme one, you know. That's where you get shot down. Unless you're trying to go above it, okay? Unless you're trying to go up here, then of course you gotta get past it, right? But to get past it, you might have to come back down just a little bit, okay? So that's where we come back to our fibs. We go from low to high, and then we start targeting those areas that would give us the guts to get up there. And it is basically, on this particular chart, this is the index, so we're getting a few different numbers. So your charts will vary. And then we got this guy, which is our trend line. So we'd have to drop really quick to get to 106, or likely we might come back about 108 to that 236 fib area. Maybe a little below, dip below it. We could do it as long as we kind of close candles here, retouch the 9. This trend line, keep it intact, and then 1 hump, 2 hump, 3 hump, dump, or correction. So I'm actually looking on this particular chart for that 113 area as being the possible little higher high there. I'll look for a little confluence with a little reverse engineering on our previous fib, and that has also given me a 1.13. So I'm going to pay attention on this chart, the US dollar index. It might be a few dollars or $1,000 difference on another chart, so you got to do it for a chart. That's where we could be headed, folks, in my personal opinion, and we're going to share this idea. Over to the chart. And I'm just going to put it on the table. Ladies and gentlemen, all 20 of you, thank you so much for spending your time with me tonight. Haven says UF Gaming's Launchpad. I didn't know that until I just read it. I wasn't really familiar with that either. I still got some sitting on Coinbase that's been on there in a moon bag since last cycle. That's like a tiny amount. It wasn't even worth me logging in to mess with it. By the time we figured out that you know, altcoins are not probably going up anymore. Get some Pi unlocked in August, September. That's cool. Validator bonus. Nice. All right, guys. Thanks for hanging out with me. Let me go to the end screen, and good luck in your trading tomorrow. The day looks kind of good. This was the gains, 4, 5, 6% on most of the altcoins. That's a nice little start. Here on the weekly, we're starting to see some things starting to get a little bit more green again. These are the ones that are popping off: Tau, Aave, Sky, SPX, ICP. I would like to keep your attention pointed on the sectors of DeFi. So your DeFi, your Uniswap tokens, your WANs or Aaves, all of those little guys, pancake swaps, I don't know, whatever your DEX is on all the layer 1 chains and things like that. There's something, Trader Joe, all of those little guys, those are worth looking at right now. And then your AI plays, like your virtuals and things like that. Cubic, Tau. We didn't even look at Tau tonight, did we? Man. Those are the areas that should be a strong narrative for us in the coming weeks, coming months here. Into the fall, we're trying to plan ahead for fall, right? And summer might be some give, and then it might be some taking. Okay, it may be kind of bumpy in summer. This is not normally the greatest trading weather in summer, and our market shifted a little bit, so there might be, altcoins might not be still have that push that we would love to see yet. That still may be coming in the fall, but it's time to start, in my personal opinion, is start looking at you, making sure you're getting what coins you want to be in and your bags packed, and then taking advantage of any kind of little short-term trades that you can on whatever is moving. Thanks for hanging out with me, guys. I'll see you again tomorrow night. Let's go kill it. I save the cool stuff for the end, people. Yeah, me too. Too bad Joe got tired out. Maybe he'll wake up and give us a stream. It's a fine balance of getting paid and building those bags. Don't forget Bitcoin though. Thank you guys. You said it. Good night, John boy. Good night, everybody.